Okay, so now we need to create our approve method. But before we do so, I just realized I've made a mistake here. It should be txn hyphen id. Okay, let's open our order class. So classes folder, order.php. We can now close the browser, scroll right to the bottom, and we're going to start creating our new method. So a few new lines. The new method will be called public function approve. And we will pass 3 parameters, txn id, by default null. Then we have payment status, by default null. And then we have id, by default 0. Now we check in if txn id, sorry, if it isn't empty actually. So it isn't empty txn underscore id, and we copy the name of this parameter, isn't empty payment status. Active variable, we check if payment status equals completed, which is what we want to get, then 1, otherwise 0. Now our SQL, now our SQL statement. So SQL equals update this underscore table, set pp underscore status equal single quote, then we concatenate with this db escape, and we put our active variable. Then concatenate again with dot single quote. Sorry, we need a comma after the single quote as well, because the next one will be txn id equals single quote concatenation this db escape, and we have, this time it's going to be txn underscore id, then concatenation with dot single quote comma, then we have payment status equals single quote this db escape, and we're passing the payment status to it, and concatenating single quote without comma this time, where id equals single quote dot this db escape, and we're passing id to it, and then concatenation single quote right at the end and semicolon. I've just realized I made a mistake. It shouldn't be actually 0, it should be null as well, and we also need to check if it isn't empty here. So isn't empty id, because it's basically id of the order. So this db query, and we pass in a SQL statement. Okay, let's go back to our PayPal class. After our if statement, we want to call another method, this save lock, and this is the method which we're going to be working on in the next video.